Space Harrier on the Sega Master System might be one of the hardest working 8-bit video games in existence. You can almost hear the game cartridge grunting and see it sweating as it's trying to keep up with Space Harrier, one of the fastest, busiest, most colorful arcade games in existence. As you run through the Fantasy Zone, a fictional 3D of course it's fictional, that was a stupid comment. I wish it was real. That'd be so cool. I want one of those one-eyed woolly mammoths as a pet. What exit off of the Jersey Turnpike is Fantasy Zone? Of course, that just sounds like a strip club. What exit off the Jersey Turnpike is Fantasy Zone? The blocks around the gunfire remind me of the square force fields surrounding TIE fighters in Star Wars. I choose to believe they were force fields. Visually, it's easy to pick at this version of Space Harrier, but remember how complex this game is. Based on the mid-1980s arcade machine, Space Harrier might look buggy, but at least it plays relatively smoothly on the Master System. Even with less on screen, Afterburner has a much harder time on the Master System than Space Harrier. It is very difficult to tell where enemies are in this version, though. I frequently thought that I was aiming right at them or dodging them, and they weren't where I thought they were. And this boss in particular makes it look like something is just wrong with the game. The music is not bad for an 8-bit representation of Space Harrier tunes, and while the gameplay is certainly sluggish in comparison to some of the better versions of Space Harrier, back in 1986, if you had this for your Master System, you would have been the envy of all of your Nintendo-owning friends. Mario only runs sideways. Space Harrier flies forwards into the Fantasy Zone with a handful of dollar bills. Whoa, watch it now, watch the pillars. Here's where the game could definitely use some more horsepower. But it tries. You can almost sense that the game cartridge has pride in its attempt to recreate Space Harrier. It's an homage to the arcade machine. It's the game cartridge saying, I respect you, even if I can't be like you. This Sega Master System version of Space Harrier is actually available on Nintendo's Virtual Console. I'm not sure why, but it is. I would strongly recommend playing Space Harrier. It's one of the best games ever, but play a different version of it. It's available on numerous other game consoles, my favorite of which is the Sega Saturn version. But if you only have a Master System, then you've got to play Space Harrier in the arcade. Just save up for that Saturn version. It's worth it. It's a lot better than this one.